Magic creates more magic. When you believe in magic, you follow expansive, intuitive hits. When you don't believe in magic, you contract, you shut down, you follow the hits of paranoia and scarcity and fear. Let's discuss this. It's so easy for people to hold on to rigidly their perceptions, their beliefs, their limiting beliefs, their traumas, their diagnoses, the ways that they view the world, that they've been conditioned to view the world. And you may be one of these people. And then someone comes along and they present you with magic. They're like, oh, things could be sparkly and beautiful and joyful and connected and easeful and free. And you're like, but can it really? And you're suspicious of it. You're suspicious of it. And I get it because I have strong survival mechanisms. I like my brain is genius. It has pattern recognition. It can notice everything, which means I get to decide, am I going to allow that pattern recognition to continue to thread me into a life of fear and scarcity and contraction? Or am I going to do the healing, which I have done the healing to create a nervous system that feels like it's dripping with gold, a connection, a relationship with my highest self and with my inner child so that I can anchor fully back into the magic of who I am as a human and I can create a life filled with expansion that is threaded through based on expansive, intuitive nudges that have me send the text, write the email, make the phone call, write the post, reach out to the person. So you get to decide, am I going to relate through this fear, this contraction, this paranoia that has me creating excuses or judgments or defenses or creating blockage, or am I going to do the healing, the inner work I need to do to feel safe to release those defenses, anchor deeply into my body, and begin to follow the intuitive nudges that are expansive? Welcome to the Yarrow K way of healing, expanding, spiritually transforming, and mastering energetics. I am your host, Yarrow K, all around energetic sorceress, nervous system genius, spiritual mentor, leadership mentor, and clinically trained therapist. I have taken my over 25 years of training experience and just education and turned it into the Yarrow K way. This is a system designed to rewire your nervous system so it feels like it's dripping with gold so that you feel safe to live a life that is expansive and joyful and abundant and creative and free. And most importantly, so that you feel safe to be you. I call it the unique energetic vibration of you, the unique and magnetic energetic vibration of you. Like we literally all have a unique imprint, a unique fingerprint, a unique vocal cord, a unique body, a unique being, a unique way of moving through the world. And I am designed in all facets. If you look at all facets of me, astrology, human design, gene keys, and just my lived experience, I'm designed to guide you back to you. So give you permission to be you. One of my clients once said to me, he said, you give me permission to be me. And when you have permission to be you, you create magic in your life. It like makes me emotional to think about. Like think about all the shoulding you do on yourself or all the ways that you protectively hold on to your limiting ways of existing in the world, to the fear, to the scarcity, to the perceptions. This one creator who I follow named Nero, he calls it the perception projection, right? So it's like you have a certain perception of the world. And then you project that out onto the world and you validate that perception. So let's say your perception is negative. Like let's say that you go on a date and your perception is, oh, no man is ever going to want to, or he's never going to follow through, right? So you have this perception. You go on this date, it's really amazing, but then he doesn't follow through. And then you blame him instead of realizing that you have that perception of the world. You then project that out onto the world. You then get validated for being right. And then you continue this cycle. And people are so scared of being quote unquote wrong. And so it feels safer and more validating to be right. So not to have the man follow through because that feels less threatening to your nervous system. Now, how fucking insane does that sound? But that's the way that humans operate because it feels safer to quote unquote know. So think about it. If you go on this date and you have a really beautiful time on this date, and instead of going to the protective stories, You decide to believe in magic. Like, just sit with that for a second. You decide to believe that he's going to show up, that you're going to go on a second date, that you're going to expand into connection, that maybe you're going to have a relationship. Now, not going to fantasy, right? Because sometimes we go on one date and all of a sudden we're like walking down the aisle. That's fantasy as an addictive behavior away from the present moment. That's a whole other video. We can get to that another time. People love to use fantasy, and it's so tricky because it's like, well, I'm supposed to visualize, Yarrow. It's like, yeah, but if you're disassociating into fantasy as a way to disconnect from the present moment, because the reality of receiving your desired reality, what you desire to create, of composing your life, it's really fucking uncomfortable. And fantasy feels really like, oh, like you're, just wistful and you're in this like fantasy, because receiving anything, be it a relationship, money, wealth, the job you want, it's going to come with pressure. And so you're going to have to be transformed. And I just did a free program called the Diamond, which is now a paid program. But in the Diamond, we talked about the pressure to becoming the diamond in your life, like being under that pressure so that you become the diamond. So anything that you desire is going to put you through that pressure. You're going to have to be birthed, through that pressure. And so here you are, you go on this date and you don't go to fantasy. It's not the disconnected kind. It's like the anchored in like possibility, right? That magic. Oh, this could happen. We could go on another date. I'm going to hear from him. And it's making me want to cry because it feels so scary to release the protective stories of, oh, I'm not going to hear from him, or what if this, or what if that, or what if da, da, da. And you go down this rabbit hole of what ifs until you have this projection out into the world that then creates the what ifs. And it makes me so sad that this is what we do as humans. When the truth is, if you can anchor to joy, if you can anchor to possibility, you create an entirely different reality. So that is allowing yourself to believe in magic. And there's a real vulnerability in believing in magic. There's a real vulnerability in letting yourself feel possibility and letting yourself feel like, I can keep my heart open. It's safe to keep my heart open. Like, if I keep my heart open, even if I get hurt, I know that there's medicine there, because we will get hurt. This is something I tell my clients all the time. You will get hurt. If you're constantly protecting yourself against getting hurt, you're just not living. You're numbing yourself out, because the truth is, no matter what happens, you're going to get hurt. Like, ingrain that in your being. Like, no one doesn't have experiences of pain in life. Everything in life is impermanent, it's constantly changing. And with that, there will be pain. And when we can accept that, life is so much easier. It's so much more joyful. It's so much more expansive. It's so much more free. It's so much more playful. It's so much more easeful. So just anchor into that. You will get hurt. And when you have a nervous system that feels like it's dripping with gold, when you have a relationship with your highest self and your inner child, when you're anchored to your heart, when you have guidance, like real, true guidance in the world, when you're held, when you're seen, when you're called out on this sneaky BS of when you want to go down the rabbit hole of the scarcity and fear, life feels so much more easeful. This is why I created the portal, which is my 12-month group mentorship program. I designed it to be like a one-to-one container. So you have a daily Telegram riff from me, so you stay tapped into the frequency. We have 3 live calls a month, and one of them is a hot seat mentorship call where you get individual mentorship. Because honestly, the more successful you become, the more you need mentorship, because the sneakier you become. And you need mentorship when you're first deciding to shift. You need mentorship throughout it. Like, we all need mentorship. We are designed to have guidance, because it keeps us connected to beauty, like these flowers, right? Like, it's so easy for humans to get stuck in survival mode. Like, we've had to be in survival mode forever. You walked out of the cave and it was like, oh, I gotta protect myself from the lion. Like, we've had to really be in survival mode. And when we're flexible, we actually evolve. And right now we've hit this beautiful point in humanity where we have the ability to really evolve our consciousness, but it's going to ask us to be in groups of people who are evolving their consciousness, and not from a bypassy place, but like from truly teasing apart all of the survival patterns. Because a lot of times I see conscious people, and they're just fixated on the past. They're fixated on Yeshua or Mary Magdalene or Buddhism or Hinduism or Christianity or ancient priestess times or how it used to be, instead of being anchored to the present and really looking at, all of the insidious survival patterns that are within their being. Like I recently watched a creator and she's like a manifestation coach, and she was talking about how much money she invested in her security system in her house, which I lock my doors. I'm not an idiot, right? Like I understand there is a certain level of safety you want to create in your reality, like external safety. But also, when you're fixated on that, what are your internal beliefs? Like you have to really get honest with yourself. Like, if this is where I'm fixating, if this is where I'm investing my money, what are my actual internal beliefs about the world and my own safety in the world? And whenever I'm met with somebody who's hyper fixated on external safety, that shows me how unsafe they feel in their body. It shows me how unsafe they feel in their body. And we have to have people who can show us where we are actually externalizing our own beliefs. So that is a scarcity belief. Now, when you believe in magic, of course, you're going to be a smart human, because the reality is humans be humaning, and we have to, take certain protective measures, but it doesn't have to have that kind of charge to it. Just be like, oh, I lock my doors at night. I lock my car doors. Like, it's very simple. And then it's not something that's living alive in your being, that's actually unconsciously, because everything we do is unconscious mostly. It's like 98% unconscious, 2% conscious. Like, sit with that. 98 unconscious, 2% conscious. Like, really sit with that. Really sit with what that fucking means. 98% unconscious, 2% conscious. Like, we are controlled by our unconscious until we're not. And then we still are. Like, bringing the unconscious into consciousness is like the most important thing you'll ever do, and you'll have resistance to it because your conscious mind is going to try to protect you from the unconscious belief. Your ego is going to be like, no, I'm not scared. Bullshit. No, I'm not overly protective. I'm just being smart. Let's talk about the energetic frequency, the current running behind that behavior, right? Like, when we can get into that, when we can assess that, when we can really look at what's going on there, that's when we can determine, how am I actually relating to the world? Because magic creates more magic, just like scarcity creates more scarcity. Like, we are beings that emit an energetic vibration. And this is never about perfectionism, because we all have everything inside of us. I'll say that again. We all have everything inside of us. It's simply about, who am I being in the world? How am I showing up? And what are the true beliefs that I carry? Not the conscious ones, the unconscious ones. I have so many clients who are like, no, I don't believe a thing. And then I'm like, okay, really? Let's break this apart. And then, like, ah, oh, damn, I do believe that. That is like a sneaky belief I didn't want to admit, because I feel shame that I carry that belief. We know certain things that we should, quote unquote, think, right? For those watching the YouTube, for those listening to the podcast, I'm using air quotes. We know, quote unquote, what we should, quote unquote, be saying, but what do we actually believe? What's the truth that's existing inside of us? Because that is what's going to create our reality. And we're going to carry these protective perceptions, and then we're going to project that onto the world. And then we're going to get validated, and then we're going to want to blame the world, because it's easier to blame the world than it is to go, oh, I am the mirror. Like, everything happening inside of me is being mirrored outside of me. Everything happening inside of me is being mirrored outside of me, which is also the collective unconscious. Whatever is being mirrored in the collective unconscious outside, here's Venus Starlight. If you're watching the video, you get to see my very cute kitten right now. She's my little Aquarius star baby. Whatever's happening in the collective unconscious is being shown to us, and then we all want to disconnect from it. That's them, it's their fault. No, we all contributed to this. So what is happening in the world shows us where we're all avoiding ourselves. Like, I've seen this coming for 25 years. I once actually had an argument with Gavin Newsom. I was at University of San Francisco. What year was it? Probably 2001. And Gavin Newsom came to speak in my public policy, the homeless class. And after class, because I was a very audacious little thing, I went up to him and I had a 30-minute argument with him about how the only way you could get people to take you seriously, it like makes me cry. The only way you could get people to take you seriously as a politician is by being famous. And he did not want to agree with me. He did not want to believe me. He was really upset that this was my belief. And look what's happened. Look who we have running the White House right now. Like, humans got so fixated on celebrity culture that they lost connection to themselves, to what matters, to what real wealth and luxury are. Like, luxury is not all this, like, private jets and handbags and all the bullshit that we see. Like, luxury is the ability to just be without survival patterning. Luxury is the ability to believe in magic without needing to throw a protective pattern over it. Like, so many people who you see who are quote unquote famous or quote unquote really rich, they are so protective and controlled and they're miserable inside and they're not happy. Like, you can just see it, you can feel it, you can feel the constriction in their bodies. Like, there's a lack of eros and vitality and joy. And that is not the world I want to live in, and that is not the world I want to create. And so when we are healing our nervous systems to feel like they're dripping with gold, we are actually connecting back to eros, to joy, to magnetism, to pleasure, to beauty, like to be able to just sit and really appreciate a flower like you're on psychedelic mushrooms, like to really be with it. Like, really be with it. I remember I was on acid once in San Francisco, no, excuse me, Santa Cruz, and I picked a flower and I watched it die in my hand. And I was like, really sad because I was like, "Oh, I just killed that flower." Like, everything is connected, everything is breathing, everything is life force, everything is like interwoven and connected through the earth. And we're killing ourselves. And the only way to shift this is by each individual having the personal power to get curious about the ways that you are relating through scarcity, through fear, through contraction, and then making choices that thread through your life that way versus feeling safe to believe in magic and to make expansive choices that thread and create and weave magic in your life. And this is what we do in the ROK world. And I have so many ways you can join me. I have something really exciting coming up soon. If you want to jump in immediately, I have the portal, which is my 12-month group mentorship program. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm happy to share all of the details of that. It has monthly themes. We have a monthly meditation chanting practice, which is imbued with the codes to shift your energetic vibration into a more easeful, connected, pleasure-filled, beauty-filled way of being in the world. It depends on what theme of the month is the how I choose the meditations and the chants and the kriyas. You have daily telegram riffs from me. You have a drop the questions telegram channel. You have 3 live monthly calls, at least 2, usually 3. You have access to all of the ROK Way programs from like the dawn of time, except for a couple of the higher level programs. Like, it is such a beautiful and powerful program. And the thing is that we forget we need this education. We need this connection. We need this anchoring to a new way of being because it's very easy to get sucked into the old way of being. It's very easy to get sucked into the way that society is formulated, which is through addiction, trauma, suckling off your fear, right? Like, it's pumping you and injecting you with fear through the news rather than you staying anchored and creating beauty and presence in your everyday life, right? Right now, I'm sitting in this beautiful room. I have my 2 cats with me. One of them is 5. Her name is Tinkerbell. She's like my Taurus queen. One of them is 12 weeks old. That's Venus Starlight. She's my Aquarius star child. I have these beautiful flowers. I'm talking to all of you. Like, my life is beautiful right now. If I decided to go turn on the news, I might get wrapped up in my nervous system, wound up into a spiraling fear state. And that is by design. And so it's a radical act of courage to heal yourself and to create a new energetic vibration that allows you to create wealth and beauty and abundance in your life. And we all need support in that because we can't do it alone. Humans are connection based creatures. And so when you have a place to land to help keep you in that vibration, you then create that in yourself and you create it in your life. And even when you have already done a lot of this, we just go deeper than anybody else. Like, I tease apart all of the things that have been normalized for you so that you can actually create from a place of curiosity and wisdom and beauty and allow your life to unfold in the unique, magical journey that it is. So reach out if that calls to you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon.